And how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Jason. This is the Drone House Chronicles, Ageless Creator, and I'm back at you to talk a little bit about something that happened to me yesterday. A little bit of failure with one of the drones, and it made me come up with a great idea for a topic to talk about today, and that's basically, please, for the love of God, have a backup to the backup to the backup on whatever you use. Let's get at it. Right, like I said, a backup to the backup to the backup. What I mean by that is, if you're out on a shoot like I was yesterday, and you, for whatever reason, have issues, maybe it's a good plan to have a backup. Now, I went on this shoot yesterday, and basically it was very simple. All I had to do was get some drone photography pictures of a storage facility. I'm not going to name the company. Great company, by the way. And to be honest, it's a real simple shoot, you know, very fun to do. It's beautiful outside, 75 degrees yesterday, and the weather was amazing. But I had very limited time, and I wanted to go in there and get that shoot done. And I also wanted to capture a little bit of video, because I know the company, we've talked about doing a little bit of video for the company, but we know I don't think we ever did anything like that. So I was going to try and get some video in there, and I wanted to, of course, get the portrait mode for a little bit of social media and show them what they could do with some portrait images, and of course the horizontal. And the drone I was going to use, which is the DJI Air 3, it wasn't the drone, it was the control, you know, the controller that you use to fly the drone. I was messing with the Neo with that controller, and I had it on the Neo settings. And when I went to go do fly, which is pretty simple, just swap it to the Air 3, it wouldn't swap. It said I needed to hook up to the Wi-Fi, and I could not do it. At least I, in a pinch, could not do it. And I've done it many a times before, but for some unknown reason, it was probably something simple, I couldn't do it. And I was like, holy macaroni and cheese. And I drove out there. It was a good distance, so it was a ways. But like always, I had another drone, and that's the whole concept of what we're talking about here is the backup to the backup. Have a backup plan. Have a backup system that you're using, or program, or whatever it is, and utilize it and take it with you. I mean, it is amazing how many times, you know, that anything can happen, and I was pretty far out, and if something would have happened when I was that far out and I didn't have a backup, I would have been screwed. And I think it comes from a lot of military, in my military background, you know, we always have a backup to the backup, and you just did. You know, you had backup helo if you wanted to go in certain missions. You had a whole backup crew. You had backup, you know, equipment with you on the helo, and whatever you do. I know military people know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's not hard. It's just a next step that you have to do. And I'm glad I did it, because with my spare drone, I was able to go up, do what I need to do, get the images that I wanted to get, and the mission was complete. I did not get to do the portrait, and I was a little upset about that, but at least I got the main objective for them, which was just standard photography photos, and their mission for what they wanted was completed. But you know, of course, I didn't get everything I wanted as far as the videos in portrait mode, but I did get horizontal. I knocked that out very short on time, but I made it happen. It was windy as hell, but I made it happen. But it was great. You know, having that backup was great. So basically, the backup system, what I use, I do different backups. You know, I will have a drone to drone backup, so I always bring a one of another drone that's equivalent to the one that I'm using. I always have a backup camera. Like, I'm an APC guy, so I started off with the A6400. Love that camera. First camera, you know, mirrorless APC was great. I love that thing. It's just so simple. You know, I know a lot of people say it's not the camera, it's what you can do with the camera. And, you know, and I did a lot with that camera for the first, 2 years. I really, really love that camera and what it could do. And then I moved over to the A6700, and I absolutely love that. I'm shooting on that right now, and that's my main photography camera. Because remember, I started off as a drone pilot, and drones were my thing. You know, I have quite a few of them. I have about 5 of them. But, you know, the pictures, as far as the ground pictures, architecture pictures, real estate, commercial, construction, that camera came later, and that's what I'm shooting with right now, is the APC Sony line. And I like it because it's a good line, and to me it's cheaper than the other ones. And there's a lot of third-party lenses, which at the end of the day make or break that camera. There's a lot of third-party lenses, and they're they're decent price. So I've really done a lot with what I do. But I love having the two, because one's a backup, in case one fails. Also, I have backup SD cards. That's another thing that could really can really disrupt and mess you up if you have a corrupt card and you're out in the middle of yo-yo land, or you're across town. You can't get to a quick Walgreens or Walmart or whatever to get yourself a SD card. You're screwed. So I keep a nice case. I keep a lot of cards in there. I keep the adapters to it so I can get the drone cards, put them in there, and it makes a big difference. What is another one? There's plenty of extra ones. Gimbals. I have a couple of gimbals. I love gimbals. I love working with my hands and holding objects, especially cameras, with my hands to get good video. But I have to admit, sometimes I go off, and if I had too much coffee, I'm a little shaky a little bit. So I love to have the gimbal on there and really get some awesome shots with the gimbal. So I have several of them. I have one behind me for the phone. Of course, the Osmo Pocket 3 already is on a gimbal. Love that camera, and that's another thing I'm going to talk about. And I have a couple other ones. I have a Zion, I think will be 3, and a couple of those, and I love them. They're just great to have those tools and have a backup. Can't beat it. Like I was saying, for video, the smaller things. Say like I'm on a small. Our family goes out to a restaurant. I know we're going downtown to right now we have an ice skating rink downtown Tucson, believe it or not. 75 degrees. I think it's 78 today, and tonight you can go ice skating. It's crazy. But I have my cell phone, of course. All but true. Everybody has one cell phone, which are great these days. I don't think anybody has a bad cell phone. Well, yeah, some people do, but most everybody has a pretty decent cell phone, and they can get some really good videos, at least 4K, and that's all you need, especially if you're doing quick social media stuff. But I also have that Pocket 3 with me, which is great, and I love that thing. Of course, you have the action camera. I have the Insta 1. I think it's RX1. With you can do 360, and you can also do just regular action camera type lens on it and everything. I love that camera too, but I'm looking at getting a new one. But I love those. So all of those with what I need to do is basically a backup. All right, I'm back real quick. I had a cough. If I know I'm going out and I am just doing a little quick trip with the family, I'm doing something for work as far as some content stuff, I will bring those little, of course I have my phone on me, but I'll bring the Pocket 3 and maybe an action camera for backup, and that way I can make sure I get those quick videos that I need. The newest kit that I've been using, I talked about in the last video, is the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, which are great too because they're 4K, and I've taken a lot of pictures with those and videos, and those are just as good as my cell phone. I have to admit, those videos coming out of there are perfect. So now I have another tool that I can use for a backup. So I've got multiple backups on quick social media. I mean, if you're a content creator, especially, you know, a senior, when we're doing different things with our friends, you know, we're at say a restaurant with them having fun, or we're at the movies, or we're doing something, or any kind of event. Pickleball is kind of huge here. You got everything that you can get with those, you know, and you can add them to whatever you're doing with your life. So it's not only for content creators, but it's for everybody. And I like how you can just take it all, put it together, and shoot it out to your friends and family, and you can have it, and that's anybody. It's really cool. But backups to the backups is very important, and I absolutely love it. This wasn't a long video. It wasn't meant to be. It was just a little thought process of I had when I was so glad I had that backup drone to help me get the pictures I needed, because I would have been kind of screwed, because I would have had to come all the way back. Either got another drone, charged the batteries, because I think I only charged the batteries for 2 drones, so I would have had to either do that or go ahead, connect Wi-Fi and knock it out. But in any case, I got it, and it was a good day. But again, backup to the backup, very important, something to think about if you're a content creator, especially a senior. You know, just think about having that backup. It's pretty good to have something else to rely on besides the one. All right, you guys, that was enough. Thanks a lot. Please hit that like button, and if you can, subscribe if you can. And that's it, man. That's all I gotta say. Please do me a favor. Be safe. Be careful. I'll talk to you later. And also, remember, keep it simple. Keep on moving. Bye-bye.